I remember saying this about 5 or 6 years ago that Drake really need to grow up because at the end of the day, the music is repetitive and people call me a hater. People really called me a hater because this dude couldn't evolve. Hey, what's good, folks? You know what it is. It's your boy Jay here with another video today. And I got a video that I'm going to react to from a YouTuber named Sonya. And she talks about Drake needing to grow up. And what we're going to do is we're going to look at her video. I'm going to have a link to the original video in the description so you can watch it in its entirety. So let's get to her video. Give her a follow. It's Sonya. She talks about Drake needing to grow up. So let's get to it. Fair use. Fair use.
It's like, I don't know, man. These girls, they just want to like hang out and get high and stuff and talk about like IG drama. And there's like more to life than that, man. Wait, Drake, how old was this girl? Oh, dude, she was like 25 and you're 36 with a kid. That's true. Do you not think that like maybe some of these problems could be avoided by like, I don't know, like dating somebody your age? No.
He right. Like, Drake, you're 36 years old and you're talking to women who are like 10, 12 years younger than you, and you're thinking like it's okay because she's a hottie, you know. And bro, you're older, man. You got to get more mature, man. But let's continue.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sonya and I'm ashy. Whatever, it's fine. Hopefully y'all can't hear my AC because I'll be like a list. Let that sink in. So a little bit of background on Drake, aka Aubrey Graham. He came on the music scene around 2008 with his single Best I Ever Had. In that video, this man is literally the coach for a high school basketball team. A girls' high school basketball team. That age,
let that sink in. Let that sink in. This was 2008, and you're like, okay, a girls' high school basketball team. Like, now we look at it full surface. Almost, how was that? 2008? So almost 20 years ago. And now it's like, wow. You saw the signs back then, but nobody wanted to say anything.
Like milk, my boy. Anyways, since then, we haven't been able to get Drake out of our hair. Like, we haven't been able to escape this man. He has been dropping consistently for the past 16 years. Let that sink in. 16 years. I think the most he's gone without dropping is like 2-ish years. When it comes to the drama surrounding Drake right now, between Drake and Kendrick, or Drake versus the entire hip hop community, one of the biggest allegations is him being a PDF file. If you don't,
you know what? I remember when hearing that on the song. I don't know what song it was, Not Like Us. One of those songs, Kendrick was saying this, and I was like, I can't even look at the word PDF file. I can't even look at it the same way no more. Because it's like, yo, like every time I hear about it, the first thing I'm thinking about is Drake. Like literally, like I'm gonna think about Drake, man, and the PDF file, and yo, damn, my boy.
Don't know what that means? Just say PDF file 3 times fast. You gonna get it. Okay. A deadbeat father, as well as just being like an all-around terrible human being with questionable business practices. Not Like Us dropped 2 months ago, and it has consistently, week over week, been on the Billboard charts, top 5. The video just dropped. It has over 30 million views. The success of that song really shows how fatigued the hip hop community has been with Drake.
She's right, because what Kendrick did was he basically opened the curtain. He said, y'all knew this was happening, but Kendrick said, you know what, I'm going to unload everything. And if you have a questionable past, it makes it easier for rappers to expose you. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you know about rap beef, if you have anything that is any negative, anything that's suspect about you, the rapper will expose it. And Kendrick did a masterclass in exposing it. You know what I'm saying? Drake tried to come back, but I don't like Slim. Like, not like us, was like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna drop this song, put a DJ Mustard beat on it, make it a club hit, and it's a diss. The
older guys were already telling us that Drake is corny. We didn't care. I'm Gen Z. We did not care. We were growing up with this man. And even as I got older, the girlies, I'm one of the girlies. The girlies knew that Drake was corny. The girlies knew, like, if you were to meet this man in public, you would not like him that much because he gives off that vibe.
I'm going to do what Wendy Williams can't. Is this not weird? I really want to know that. Is this not weird? He's collecting these like Beanie Babies and Pokemon cards. You telling me after every show you're not throwing these out?
Look at that picture. I'm just saying, look at that picture and just honestly, what type of human being would want to collect those? Honestly, it ain't Pokemon cards. It ain't Jordans. It ain't baseball cards. It ain't footballs. It ain't something that you would say, okay, he's an avid collector of something. Football jerseys, basketball jerseys, etc., etc. You are a grown man and you're collecting bras. I understand, because back in the days they used to throw, panties and all that on at the shows, but those people would throw those panties away. Drake keeps them. Like, Slim, you gotta be a sick individual to collect it. Look at that picture. Just look at the picture. You gotta be a sick individual to collect those and keep those. What I might wonder, is there room in his house with those? And if somebody is in his camp, wouldn't you tell him, like, Slim, ain't this weird that you're doing this? Man.
That's weird. He already not beating the corny allegations, and he already be doing something funky in the DMs. So,
yep,
this is strange to me.
Now that we're done with the background and, the rap beef, all that, we're not even talking about that in this video. Let's talk about what it looks like to not actually grow as a person, because this is what we're looking at. We are looking at a grown man that decided not to grow as a person. In my last video, I talked a little bit about attachment styles and how your parents basically set the groundwork for how you interact with other people. Cool. Okay. To set the groundwork for Drake, or Aubrey, because Drake is really just a persona. So I'm going to say Aubrey. To set the groundwork for him, unfortunately, when he was 5 years old, his dad and mom divorced. And his dad moved back to Memphis, Tennessee, while he stayed in Toronto, Canada with his mother. That leaves such a deep wound. Now, he would go back and forth to visit with his dad, but coming from a broken family does something to your psyche. It does something to how you move in this world. And
I mean, she's right, because you've grown up with your parents together. You had your mother in the house, you had your father in the house. Everything was cool, and then one day they just separates. And what that does is it affects the child even more than, let's say, a boy who never really knew his father. It affects the child if you never know your father. But if you know your father and the father and the mother were together for a certain period of time, they just separate, it affects the child, because now the child feels like he's been left behind. Like he feels like he's been just coddled along and left. And I think if you look at Drake and the way he makes his music, you can tell that he's still that little boy who's still trying to hold on to having both parents in the household. And it's sad though, because he hasn't grown as a person. he may have grown as a individual, but he hasn't grown as a person. You could tell that as far as his music is concerned. Let's continue.
I have sympathy and empathy for that. I can only imagine how it feels when your parents separate and divorce and one parent leaves. Like, that leaves some very, 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 very deep wounds. As we get older, it's up to us to either say, okay, I have some deep wounds that I want to start healing, or it's up to us to just completely ignore them and end up the topic of a video like Drake is today. I'm 26. I've been listening to Drake since he dropped Best I Ever Had. However, I did stop once I got a little older because his music just doesn't evolve. I don't want to hear about how many times you got your heart broken by the multiple women or how many women you dogged out. I don't want to hear you throwing subs at a woman that you went on a date with once who is now with another man on her third baby. I don't want to hear about that.
Yeah. Like, I told people this a long time ago. I said, he doesn't evolve his music. It's like, let's take drill, for instance. If I don't want to hear about a person shooting up the block 1,000 times. How many times can you talk about shooting up the block 1,000 times? Or how many times can you talk about dealing drugs 1,000 times? You know why guys like Nas and Jay-Z, and even to a lesser extent, let's say Lil Wayne, or those guys, they've had long, successful careers because they evolved their music. And people will say, well, Drake has had a long and illustrious career, but I'm like, Slim, he's been making albums for all these years, and if you keep on making the same music, you'll start to lose fans like this young woman over here. She said, I stopped listening to it because how many times you talk about breaking a woman's heart? How many times you talk about heartbreak and all that? Yo, like, sometimes you got to say to yourself, hey, I got to evolve my music. And I'm going to tell you why Drake didn't evolve his music. Because this is the thing about people. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. He's not going to evolve. It's like Tyler Perry. I told people this, and people scolded me in the comments on Facebook. I said, yo, Tyler Perry is going to keep on making the same type of movies because he's not going to evolve as a writer and director. Because why not? Why is he going to evolve? If you keep on watching Tyler Perry movies, he's going to keep on making them the same way, just like Drake. If you keep on listening to Drake's music, he's going to keep on making the same music. Even though he should evolve, he's not going to evolve his music. Let's continue.
Friend, I don't want to hear about that for over a decade. Drake is currently 37 years old, but he still makes music with the subject topics. Like, the subject topics of his music are those of like an 18-year-old, 18, 19, 20-year-old. And it's like, from the outside looking in, it's like his mentality stayed at that of an 18, 19, 20-year-old, because we see Drake going out to the clubs, you know, throwing money at the girls.
I'm not even gonna lie to you, I genuinely feel bad for Drake. Like, this seems like such a soulless life, bro. Like, you can have all the money in the world, but this is like you really can't convince me that this is something that is fun. Going to the club every single night, taking stacks of money, throwing it at girls who they only like you because you're throwing money at them, let's be real. Drinking all the time, telling people, oh my gosh, yeah, her loss, she doesn't understand, da 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 da. Bro, I don't think you understand that you're your problem, Aubrey. You're your problem. You refuse to heal. You refuse to overcome your ego. You refuse to be honest with yourself over the fact that your actions have gotten you to where you are. But instead, you blame all these women. Oh my gosh, I was too good for her. I was this. Dude, find your self-worth. Oh my God.
I mean, that person is right. Like, when you keep on doing the same stuff over and over again, it's like, Slim, like, you're not happy with yourself. You're not happy, because poor people could be depressed. Poor people can be upset. Poor people cannot change, but you also have wealthy people. Drake is a really wealthy man. The adage that money doesn't buy happiness is so true. And Drake is the poster child for it. His net worth is what, over $300 million? But I'm like, Slim, you going to the club, throwing money at chicks. Like, Slim, that's something you do when you're in your early 20s. That's something you do when you're probably like 23, 24 years old. But once you turn 30, Slim, like, you need to stop that. You need to really say to yourself, hey, man, I got to stop this stuff, man.
And to all the men that follow this guy and think he's someone to look up to, like, sure, yeah, he's very successful, handsome guy, all that. But this man is hurting inside, bro. I'm telling you, because this is not it.
Sending subs at women that he went on dates with or he was in a relationship with, but have built homes with other people, have kids with other people. To me, it kind of goes to show, like, you can obtain all of the money you want. You can obtain the world. Pause. Wait. Okay. We're still talking about Drake. You can obtain, like, the highest title at your job. You can obtain all of these material things, but, like, if you don't do that inner work, you're never going to be fulfilled. You're just going to be chasing the next big thing.
Yeah. I mean, she hit it around the head. Like, you're going to chase. It's like a drug addict. You know, a drug addict, you know, you can use a particular drug and it'll give you that high for a few minutes, but then you got to get that hit again. This is what Drake is doing. Like, Drake is trying to chase that imaginary dragon. Like, yo, like, Slim, you got the fame, you got the fortune, you got everything you want. Like, you're still talking about Rihanna, and Rihanna done moved on and had 2 kids with A$AP Rocky. Serena Williams done moved on. All these women done moved on, but you still holding on to it. And this is the problem with Drake. And this is why Kendrick Lamar could expose all this. See, a lot of times when the older heads say, like, me or you seen Bae, I seen Bae or whatever, we say we're haters. But see, when Kendrick says it, it's gospel. All Kendrick did was take all the T's and crossed them and put all the dots on the I's and said, this is what y'all made. This is what y'all made. Y'all made this because y'all gave this man a platform all these years because he was making y'all so much money. He was making Birdman money. He was making Jay Prince money. He was making Lil Wayne money. He's making all y'all money. So y'all gonna keep on just going in and doing it. And the problem is that Drake, I'm not gonna lie, I don't think Drake's happy. You see that picture with him when he went to the all-white party or whatever, he looked like he was defeated, yo. He looked like he was purely defeated. And I would tell Drake, man, like, Slim, you got to do a hard reset. Because at the end of the day, your shtick is getting old. You know what I'm saying? You jumped on all the trends. You and Future made an album together. You and Future beefing. You know what I'm saying? Like, you jumped on guys like Block Boy JB and you made a hit song with him. He ain't nowhere. You jumped on. See, this is the thing what Drake did. And, you know, all the Drake haters can be in my comments. I don't care. When the music for the girlies stopped, he jumped on trends. When the girlies weren't really feeling his music like that, like the woman in the video, he jumped on trends. And after the trend stopped, now what does he have? Artists who are pure artists at heart, they can evolve over time. Look at the Kendricks, look at the J. Coles, look at the Jay-Z's, look at even the 50 Cents. And 50 Cent was a street rapper. But 50 Cent said, I'm going to make 5 albums and I'm going to jump off this rap stuff and I'm going to become a businessman. Nas, look at Nas, 30 years later, still making albums. Still making albums. Will Drake be making music 30 years from now? I don't think so. And the sad thing, Drake needs to really look in the mirror and say to himself, yo, I need to really, really focus, man. But hey, We don't know what's gonna happen. It's your boy Jay, here with another video. If you like the video, hit that like button. Also hit the subscribe button on my road to 100,000 subscribers. Let me know what you think about this whole Drake conversation in the comments below. Until next time, folks, I'm out.